Come on, Will.
Go! Manuel! Get out, team! Get out, team!
We're in our week of preparation for the Six Nations and we decided to come to St George's Park. It's a bit of a change up for us. Normally we go to Portugal, which is a warm weather camp, but there's great facilities here at St George's Park, so we've taken advantage of it and it's been a really good camp so far. Unfortunately I had to isolate for 10 days because of being a close contact to Matty Proudfoot, who tested positive, so 10 days at the Lensbury pacing the walls of the room.
We've got a responsibility to show how privileged we are to play this game we love, how privileged we are to play elite sport in a time where 100,000 people have died in the UK. Many people have lost their jobs. So let's make sure all the time we show gratitude. If there's difficulties you're having, call out for help. I'm looking forward to joining you boys. Let's have a great campaign and then make sure you have a chat tonight to someone that you haven't spoken to in the team. So if it's one of the new guys or one of the guys you might have had a bit of argy-bargy with in a club game. So you take the team forward tonight, boys, and I'll catch up to you tomorrow. So thanks for your time. I'm looking forward to it.
With the emergence of the new variant of coronavirus and the current community prevalence of this, we've worked really hard as a sport to identify the risks in our environment and to work out a set of intensive protocols to try and keep players and management safe. Fundamentally, what we're doing is very similar to what everybody else is doing. So maintaining social distancing, we're wearing masks and have a real emphasis on hand hygiene. Underpinning those, there are other things that we're doing when we're here. So every morning, all players and all management are filling in a COVID app, which is around COVID symptom questionnaire, and they're taking their own temperature. And this is done before anybody leaves their bedroom in the morning. In addition, we're doing twice weekly COVID testing, and those results are coming back before the next day's training in order to help manage risk.
Cheers.
We're also minimising inside contact. We know that transmission is reduced in the outside or in areas of maximum external natural ventilation. So one way that that's impacting us is that now that the majority of our meetings are either held outside or in an open-sided marquee, allowing this maximum ventilation to reduce the risk of transmission.
We need to get hold of it as quickly as possible during the week in terms of once we've got our plays, in terms of the small detail within it, so that we can execute in three come the weekend. And I reckon that we can take that to another level. If you came to see our training, you'd see that all the medical staff are in PPE and at regular intervals, the equipment, for example, the balls or the scrum machine or the tackle bags are being washed down to just minimise the risk of cross-transmission. Players are using individualised water bottles and bibs and taking regular breaks for hand cleaning during the training session. The other important element for us is to prevent the spread of the infection in the event of a positive case in camp. And so this involves both the accurate and the quick identification of any possible contacts. And we're using technology as video analysis or GPS proximity data to ensure we get this information quickly in the event of us having a positive case. COVID protocols aren't going away for this Six Nations campaign. And it's important that we have an environment where both players and staff can perform and do what we need to do. Everybody's been completely on board with it. We're all hugely grateful to be here and to participate in the Six Nations, and we know we need to keep ourselves safe to do that, and therefore we all know that these protocols are stuff that we need to stick to.
It's a difficult week for us. We deliberately give the players a bit more of a break and then bring them in and over 2 or 3 days we're trying to do what you normally do in 6 weeks. So it's about that word adaptation. Physically we're not in a bad place. Tactically we've still got a bit of work to do.
Where you going? Where you going?
As an assessment on camp entry, we always do skin folds. The lads love that. They look forward to it. I'm sure a few of them have a few sleepless nights coming into camp But it's an assessment of their body composition. And we have parameters that we'd like them to meet or hit on camp entry. And I must say this camp they've been as good as ever. And we'll revisit them every 2 or 3 weeks, maybe every week for some players. That's certainly one of our key markers for the players. And then we take them in the gym. And we have markers in the gym, we look at their strength, their power output, and then how well they're moving is our big measure. It's very subjective because we watch them in the rugby and how they're moving, whether they're moving well laterally, speed, how they're moving within the tackle, in contact. So you use your coach's eye and coach's experience to quantify that, or to measure that. And then we have steak and eggs, or if it's early in the morning it's bacon and eggs. And these sessions will certainly add to their weekly load in terms of what they need. So for instance, some lads might need a pump, some lads might need more recovery, some lads might need flexibility, mobility. We try and gear these extra sessions in and around the rugby to the individual needs.
Get low. Good track, good. Go. Touch him up. This is quick, boys. Touch the floor, everyone. Touch. That's it, get to the rhythm. That's it, on the beat. Up tall, get down low. Quick, work hard.
James, did you give your thing back?
Such a good pen.
This is massive. What do you want?
Mate, just put it in any corner, he's not saving it.
Okay, I'm going bottom.
Oh my God! 10. No!
Hey guys, great to be back.
It's been a mix of like sort of intense learning, training, but then also has been a lot of fun as well. Just getting used to new systems, new calls and stuff like that, just trying to get my head around it as quickly as I can. My 20s year Junior World Cup had Harry Randall, Willis, Stu, Maxi Malins, so like, yeah, there's a good group of boys. Hopefully I haven't left anyone out there. I was trying to think. No. Yeah, and then me and Stewie, we were at school from 13 together, so yeah, that's, lived together as well. He's an interesting character. I think post-lockdown rugby really helped me, the sort of games on the bounce. And yeah, haven't really looked back, just tried to keep my head down, keep working, keep going.
You're good at that, aren't you?
Come on, Johnny, don't let him out, don't let him out. Keep him square. Well done, Sardine.
It being my first camp, it was an interesting one to come into because obviously it's masked everywhere. We've got all the rules within. We're not allowed to socialise inside and all this stuff, which is hard for when you're the new boy in the squad wanting to obviously get to know everyone. But yeah, it's been really good. In the time that we do get to talk to each other, everyone's been really welcoming, really sound to me. So yeah, I've been enjoying it so far. It's a great opportunity for us to even be here because obviously a lot of people are working from home. A lot of people can't even leave their house, and for us to be able to come and join in as a unit and be able to play some international rugby and do the sport that we love it's great for us and it's inspirational. And for me, with my dad being a surgeon working in the NHS and hearing the stories of what he has to go through and how packed the hospitals are and the amount of stress they're under, it's literally because of their hard work that we can do what we're doing now. So yeah, it's great.
I knew it was going to be sort of, the training was going to be intense. and sort of the level of training would be right up there, and yeah, it's definitely been right up there so far, and definitely been intense. So you know, that was sort of my thinking coming in, and it's definitely lived up to that.
Yep. Back to me again. Back to me. Good ball. Okay, break down.
It's been challenging. I think like the biggest part of coming into a camp like this is sort of building good relationships with our players, and sort of you know, key relationships with people that you need to on the pitch. So I think it's about, you know, finding ways around that and utilising your time as best you can when you're out on the field, and when you're in the gym, and also making those good connections and asking those questions that you need to be asking within that time period.
Cover, come back out again, boom, we love it. Every moment we're out here, it's an opportunity to grow, be with each other and enjoy it, eh? So let's get after it. Come on then!
Best time to catch up is obviously on the training pitch, but again, that's such a short window. So for the new guys coming in, it has been probably a little bit difficult to get to know everyone, but you make your best effort, you know, certainly at dinner, even though they're a good few metres away from you, to try and chat as much as you can on the field. And the other alternative is obviously there's quite a few gamers within the team, playing a lot of computer games, got the headsets on, and the best form of communication and catching up is actually on that. So there's a lot of lads playing on that. We've got a little group going with everyone that's on, and boys are enjoying that, and that's kind of the way of socialising, I guess, while still being in our bedrooms, and at the moment that's working well. The novelty hasn't worn out.
It's right like that. You landed there, Slade, or not? Push back to that one.
If we survive this, lad, buy a loader. Someone threat? Yeah, pushing you now.
Yeah, there's people on that top there. What would you want me to do? I've got no gun.
Oh! Just in this build.
Is anyone in that build or not, do you reckon? I won't, I'll just be next to it, yeah.
In trouble.
Don't get me wrong, we're not all sitting playing PlayStation. I know some lads are studying, trying to do other things, maybe learn a guitar, learn a language and keep themselves busy. I know a lot of boys anyway have a fair amount to do outside of rugby, whether that's little businesses on the side and stuff. To be a part of any England squad is a tremendous honour. Then you add that onto the fact of what's going on currently worldwide with the pandemic. Then you add on the logistical aspect of actually trying to run a tournament during this period. You add all them together, it's incredibly privileged to be here and be a part of that, and it makes it extra special. And like I just mentioned, I think when we take the field, we're really throwing ourselves into it and enjoying it. Not that we never did, but we're certainly boys are staying out a bit longer than they need to at times, just to make sure before they have to go back to their room. But like I say, for us to be here, it's a great privilege, and we want to make sure that we then represent everyone back home as well as we can, and when we take the field, we'll hopefully make you all proud.
What club have you got in the Armoury? 3 wood.
To win, they're going to need a 4-iron.
4-iron? I want to wager with. You in a stinger or what? Are you Tiger Woods? Oh, it is a 4-iron as well. There you go.
There he is.
Sorry, Tiger.
Sorry. 17.